Hello. I thought I tried to record this video before, but my eyes were kind of weird and I was looking everywhere. So I'm recording it again, and I'm okay. I'm doing I went for a period about 4 to 6 weeks where I wasn't making any work, and I was watching YouTube videos all the time, and I was on my iPad all the time, and I wasn't doing any artwork, but. So I was just sat on my ass basically doing nothing. But now, well, I'm sat on my ass now, but at least I'm doing something, but not obviously that helpful by recording a video talking about my own life. But so I was sat on my ass for about 4 to 6 weeks watching YouTube videos, and I wasn't making any. Curiously, during this time, my therapy was suspended because my therapist had a health issue, but yeah, so I was sat watching YouTube videos for ages and just going on my iPad, and I wasn't doing any artwork at all. But since in the last week or so, last week or so, I've been reading art books, and then I bought some. On a side note, I'm feeling a lot better, and I feel very good and content in myself. And about a week ago, I got some copper plate, and I've been etching again. And I've been etching some religious crucifixion scenes, which are really they're some of the best things I've done. I think one image is, and it's very it's a good image. But I've been through this whole and the state of the world at the moment. The coronavirus thing is terrible. It's fucking awful, and I've been staying inside initially, but then I've been meeting with my mother and going out in the car, and today was a really good day actually because we had coffee. We went to the Costa Drive for a coffee and cake and food, and it was just really nice, and I really enjoyed. And then we came back here and watched TV and had a chat, and I really enjoy spending time with. I really enjoy spending time with my mother, and she's a lovely woman, really. And although we haven't always got along in the past, and she used to treat me like shit, we've gotten closer, and she's like my best friend now, and I love her so fucking much. The whole coronavirus thing is horrible and scary and awful, and I worry about the state of the world, but I find it awful, to be honest with you. Like Italy's death toll, I thought that was bad, but then we got to a point like that, and it's just awful. I don't know what the death tolls are now, the figures, but it's awful, and I find it very a scary situation. I don't want to get the coronavirus. I've had symptoms of something and I healed, but it seems like an awful, horrible disease to have, and I just think it must be very scary, and it must be awful for people in third world countries, that developing countries, like who are in refugee camps, and refugees are in refugee camps, and it must be a horrible thing to go through because there's limited sanitation in those camps, and it must be fucking awful for them. So I can only imagine the sheer horror of that situation, trying to protect yourself and your children and your family from that virus in those situations must be awful. And I really feel for them, and I think some things are completely fucked up, really, and it must be awful. With my, I'm on another note, I feel that personally I'm coping with everything, but I feel quite content with my life. I just think the state of the world is fucking scary, really. I've been doing my artwork, my etching and such. Last couple of weeks, past week, I've got new copper plate, and I've been etching, and I've got a show lined up for next year at the Guildhall in Gloucester. I haven't sent the contract off yet, but it's probably going to be about another month. I won't say that. It's probably going to be about another couple of months added on to the original date for when I get the show. And for when the show actually is. It'll probably be like in October next year now, or the next year after that, 2022. But apart from that, I'm fine, and I'm really happy to be doing good work. And the work I want to do for my show, I want to work on 2x2 meter canvases, and do work like Jean-Michel Basquiat, and do work like Picasso, and just all these people I admire. I want to do work. I want to make good artwork just like theirs, but I want to be like a woman art. I want to be like the best female artist. But I'm quite ambitious. But I don't really know what else to say. But I would love to be an artist who is known for being different and who pushes the boundaries of what you can do. I just want to do good work, so that's what I'm going to try and do. So I better go. I better go now. I basically condensed my last video that I did into a lot shorter time, and basically said everything in a better way. And my eyes were darting all over the place in the other video, and I didn't like it. I looked slightly odd, like they're popping out my head. But now I look more myself. So I'll put another video on later, or in the next couple of weeks or so. So see you later. Bye.